had ADT for an alarm at my home. We sold our home and went to another home. I seen an ad in the paper, ADT.
Hey, let's not mention any proper names.
I'm sorry?
Don't mention any proper names.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It was alarm system. Anyway, the reason I mentioned the name was because it did say their name, yet when they came out, they put a different system in than I had asked for. And the whole time that they were doing it, I was saying, what are you guys doing? This is not what I was supposed to have. And he said, this is all we have. Come to find out, this is an ad that says this name, and underneath it, it says services provided by another name. Now, the corporate name is telling me that they have nothing to do with these other people and that there's nothing I could do, even though I had them out 7 times within a year and a half. It never worked half of the time. It kept us awake at night beeping. There's nothing you could do. I went with another company. They hardwired it. It's a beautiful system. I have no problems. Never had to have them out one time. Now this other company is charging me $600 and some because I tried to get out of my contract early. Is there anything I can do?
Yeah, you cannot pay them. I mean, if you have a contract, they're going to say you violated it, but you're going to say you're the ones who breached the contract first. It's called the first breach rule. So if it comes down to them suing you, your defense is going to be that, they didn't provide the services that you expected or even wanted. You're going to say they baited and switched you, basically. They used this big company to get you in. Then they couldn't provide the service that bigger company could. So ultimately, it's going to come down to the contract and whether or not they're going to sue you. I'd send them a dispute letter saying that you don't owe this money. They breached the contract, and you're not planning on paying it.
I'm wondering, Justin, does the Michigan Consumer Protection Act apply here? I don't think that security companies are necessarily regulated, are they?
I don't know if they're regulated or not. The Michigan Consumer Protection Act, as you know, Brian, is somewhat useless at this point. I mean, it's been torn apart by our legislature so bad that it's barely recognizable. It's one of the worst ones in the country. Probably.
It used to be the best. It used to be the hallmark. It used to be the flagship of all consumer protection laws that was put in by our fearless Attorney General Frank Kelly.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it's been torn apart, like you say. But I think the distinction is, if it's an industry that's not regulated, then I think it still applies.
Yeah, so if they keep coming after you, and it gets to the point where you don't want to deal with them anymore, maybe we can take a deeper look at it and maybe going after them under the Michigan Consumer Protection Act, because they'll have to pay my attorney fees under that, and I'm sure they don't want to do that.
Does that answer your question for you,
yes.
Judy?
Thank you very much.
All right, listen, if you need more information, just call Justin at 855-LAWSHOW. That's 855-529-7469.